Welcome back to the Black Human Infrastructure channel. Please share, like, and hit the notification button so you can get alerts for new content. And definitely be a friend and subscribe to the channel. The consequences of an unchecked racist and the LA Sheriff Department that reward said racism. Ty Shelton is still an LA County Sheriff's Department deputy who not only fatally unalived Michael Thomas in 2020 and got away with it due to insufficient evidence and avoided prosecution, but was also promoted to field training officer when he returned to work. Per Transparent California records, he earned nearly $200,000 only to be emboldened to unalive Niani Finlayson last month. Per The Guardian, on December 4th, 2023, Niani Finlayson called police and reported that her boyfriend would not leave her alone, and then screaming and sounds of struggle could be heard coming from the apartment, per the LA Sheriff's Department. When deputies arrived at the apartment in Lancaster, a city in the northern region of LA County, they could hear screaming. Finlayson was inside with her 9-year-old daughter and had been injured by her ex-boyfriend and wanted him removed, the family attorney said. The exact circumstances that led to the fatal shooting are unclear, and LASD has so far declined to release body camera footage. LASD alleged in a statement that Finlayson had a knife and was threatening her boyfriend, at which point Deputy Ty Shelton opened fire. The family disputed the police account and said that Finlayson was clearly a victim of DV who needed help and posed no threat to the officers. The coroner said she's unalived from multiple GS wounds. Finlayson was a mother of 2, and her daughter Zaisha witnessed the shooting. The police lied that my mom was threatening them, Zaisha said at a press conference last Thursday alongside her grandparents, calling for Shelton to be prosecuted. She was my best friend. She was always there for me. It's unbelievable that she's gone and she's not coming back. I miss my mom. The girl said her 2-year-old sister continues to ask where their mother is, and she does not know how to respond. You have someone who is calling the police for help, and she gets unalived by the police who she's asking for assistance, the Bradley Cage, the family attorney, said. If you call police for help, you think the officers are going to protect and serve you. You don't expect them to hunt and unalive you. But they're always doing that. They're always doing that. And they do that because they keep getting away with it. Why are we not allowed, we as citizens, why are we not allowed to sue not only the police department, the city, but that particular cop? Why? Because if they're not going to be held personally liable, of course they're going to keep doing it. Anyhow, Ty Shelton could not be reached. Of course he can. Ty Shelton could not be reached, and the Sheriff Deputy Union did not immediately respond to any inquiry. Previously, Ty Shelton unalived Michael Thomas, 61 years old, on June 11 in 2020 in a similar case. Ty Shelton have been responding to a DV call, and when the deputies arrived, they demanded Michael Thomas to open the door. Thomas's girlfriend later said she had been having a verbal argument with Thomas, who had been unarmed, and that he had tried to stop the officers from entering his home, citing the Fourth Amendment. Thomas had also been afraid police would unalive him, his family said, and officials later confirmed Thomas had said, after Ty Shelton fatally shot him, "I am now in fear for my life." I heard Michael say, "I have a right to not let you in my house," his fiancée Kimberly said. However, her story differs from the deputies' telling of what happened next. The sheriff's department says Thomas struggled with deputies reaching down to try to take one of their... Of course, they always say that, prompting one of the deputies to shoot. Like they ever need reasons. And they always use the same lame excuse. Come on, come up with new tactics. You guys are so lame. Kimberly said that Michael was only trying to turn away from the deputies. Ty Shelton fatally shot Thomas in the chest. The entire thing was not captured on camera, of course. The case was one in a series of LASD unaliving that summer that caused widespread protest, and prosecutors declined to file charges against him. And that's why he did it again. The Los Angeles Sheriff Department did not respond to questions about Shelton's previous racist contribution to the genocide of Black people. Finlayson's mother, Tracy Hall, said her daughter had been working to become a nurse and an in-care home service worker. She designed her own clothes and wanted to make phone apps for children. "I'm going to miss my daughter braiding my hair, the simple things. It's so unfair," she said, adding, "I hope Ty Shelton looks himself in the mirror and say, I have destroyed another life for no reason. He put my granddaughter in so much danger. He should not be allowed to roam free and continue to have a job and provide for his family because my daughter is not here to provide for her family." Finlayson's father, Lamont Finlayson, said she had recently moved into the apartment and was excited to celebrate her first holiday there. "It just breaks me to my bone. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I can't walk. They didn't tase her, mace her, baton her, or beanbag her. They just, like a dog in her own place, and taken so much away from me." Maisha Lopez, Michael Thomas's daughter, said on Thursday that she was furious but not surprised to learn that Ty Shelton had fatally unalived another person. He's been given a license to fill in the blank. And again, he violated someone else's civil rights by going to their home and murking them. It was, if they are unaliving in this climate, even with the light that has been shined on this, then it's obvious that it's their intent, she said. She was particularly upset considering how she and others had protested and warned that Ty Shelton was dangerous. "It is the fruition of my greatest fear that someone else would relive what I experienced." That's so sad. Local advocates in the Antelope Valley region in northern LA County have called for Shelton to be fired and charged. And he should. But I'm not surprised if they good old boys allow him to walk. We want him out. We want him out of there and prosecuted, and not just moved to another county to stay in law enforcement, said Juanette Coolers, a co-founder of Cancel the Contract, a group that is assisting the family and that organizes against police brutality in the area. There's no accountability. The sheriff keeps finding excuses to validate unaliving us. The sheriff department has repeatedly been accused of using brutal forces against black women in the region. In June, a deputy was caught on camera throwing a woman to the ground outside a Lancaster grocery store and placing his knees on top of her. The woman had been recording a police encounter when this happened. The LA Sheriff's Department also released footage in July of an encounter in Palmdale, a neighboring city, in which a deputy was seen punching a woman twice in the face as she held her newborn baby. Sheriffs are running rampant in Antelope Valley and are allowed to harm black women especially, and nothing is happening, says Coolers. Everyone considered it to be the norm. Per the NAACP, the origins of modern-day policing can be traced back to the slave patrol. The earliest formal slave patrol was created in the Carolinas in the early 1700s with one mission: to establish a system of terror and squash slave uprisings with the capacity to pursue, apprehend, and return runaway slaves to their owners. Tactics included the use of excessive force to control and produce desired slave behavior. The LA Sheriff's Department is the largest county police agency in the United States, with jurisdiction in nearly 200 different towns and cities, and has a track record of brutality and controversially unaliving, racial profiling, and, of course, corruption. My question is, when is Merrick Garland going to do his job? This is not a police department. This is open slave patrolling, shamelessly pretending to be the LA Sheriff's Department. Gavin Newsom, why are you the governor if this is not a part of your job to make sure that all of your residents are safe from brutality, profiling, unaliving? If this is not a part of your job to make sure that your residents are safe, then what is it? Or are you okay with slave patrolling but pretending to care?